Hello, hello, my sweet people. How is everybody doing today? Let's see if I can... There you go. Now you can see what I'll be working on today. If you are new here, hello. My name is Angie. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic today. And welcome to Angie's Diamond Painting Adventures. If you have stumbled across my channel, I would absolutely love for you to stay and be part of my diamond painting adventures. It is very simple to do. Right about here, you will see a subscribe button. Once you push that button, you are automatically subscribed to Angie's Diamond Painting Adventures. Yes, yes. Once you push that button, you will notice a little bell will show up. If you push that button and select all from the drop down menu, you will get notified each and every single time I upload a video. Yes, yes. And if you're coming back to spend some more time with me, thank you so much for coming back. I truly, truly appreciate it. As you can tell in the title of today's video, it is a whip and chat number 2 for hashtag DPPink4BCA. And what I have been doing, and I will continue to do, I have been lighting a very nice candle here, and I shall do that again. This candle is being lit for anybody who may need a little bit extra prayers and love. Yes, yes. Love it. Love it. Alrighty, so today I am going to be working on the little geisha tile that I got from GBFKE. I hope you guys can see that. Yes, yes. Let's pull the plastic off so you can see the gorgeousness of those diamonds shining. We have some gorgeous pink gems going on in this. Today I think we're going to work on the face. Yeah, we're going to work on the face today. So I have my handy dandy pink tray. Today I will be using my pink lipstick, yes, that I got from the lovely Chef Diamond. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So, at the end of the last whip and chat, I told you guys that we were going to talk about today breast cancer risk factors that you cannot change. Yes, yes. I would also like to let you guys know that I will be putting the link to this specific article that I found on American Cancer Society's website. I will be putting the link in the description box today because it is a very lengthy article, so I'm not going to be able to go through all of it, but we're going to go through most of it. We're going to go through most of it. So, also in the description box you will also find, if you would like to donate to the American Cancer Society's research, the link for that will also be in the description box down below. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm just going to read straight up from the website, and here we go. Breast cancer risk factors you cannot change. A risk factor is anything that increases your chances of getting a disease, such as breast cancer. But having a risk factor, or even many, does not mean that you are sure to get the disease. Some risk of... Oi. Yes, I can talk, right? Some risk factors for breast cancer are things you cannot change, such as getting older. Unfortunately, it has to happen. It has to happen. Or inheriting certain gene changes. These make your risk of breast cancer higher. Yes. So, I am hoping that you guys are following Miss Mindy. Well, I hope you're following all of the co-hosts for this event for this month. Last week, Mindy did talk about the inheriting certain genes, okay? We are going to talk about that a little bit. We're also going to talk about some other genes because there's more than just the BRCA1 and BRCA2. There are many more, and we're going to talk about those today. So one of the #1 breast cancer risk factor that you cannot change is being born female. Yes, men can get breast cancer as well, but the disease is much more common in women than it is in men. Another risk factor you cannot change, which we just touched on, is getting older. Yep, as you get older, your risk of breast cancer goes up. Most breast cancers are found in women age 55 and older. Another risk factor you cannot change, inheriting certain gene changes. Yes, yes. About 5 to 10% of breast cancer cases are thought to be hereditary, meaning that they result directly from gene changes or mutations passed on from a parent. And here we go with some of the genes that can be passed on. Like I said, Mindy did talk about this in her last WIP and Chat. The BRCA1 and BRCA2, the most common cause of hereditary breast cancer, is an inherited mutation in the BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene. In normal cells, these genes help make proteins that repair damaged DNA. Mutated versions of these genes can lead to abnormal cell growth, which can lead to cancer. If you have inherited a mutated copy of either gene from a parent, you have a higher risk of breast cancer. On average, a woman with a BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene mutation has up to a 7 in 10 chance. 7 in 10 chance, okay, of getting breast cancer by the age of 80. This risk is also affected by how many other family members have had breast cancer, and it goes up if more family members are affected. Women with one of these mutations are more likely to be diagnosed with breast cancer at a younger age, as well as to have cancer in both breasts. Women with one of these gene changes also have a higher risk of developing ovarian cancer and some other cancers. Men who inherit one of these gene changes also have a higher risk of breast cancer, as well as prostate and some other cancers. In the United States, BRCA mutations are more common in Jewish people of Ashkenazi or Eastern Europe origin than in any other racial or ethnic group. But anyone can have them. Some other gene mutations can also lead to inherited breast cancers. These gene mutations are much less common, and most of them do not increase the risk of breast cancer as much as the BRCA gene. The ATM. The ATM, no, not the bank ATM. This is a gene called the ATM gene. Normally helps repair damaged DNA or helps kill the cell if the damage can't be fixed. Inheriting 2 abnormal copies of this gene causes the disease. Okay, I cannot even pronounce that. Wow. Ataxiatella, yeah, I'm butchering this. Telangiectasia? Inheriting 1 abnormal copy of this gene has been linked to a high rate of breast cancer in some families. I am sorry, I know I butchered that, but that is a very long word that I just cannot get. Alright, another gene, the TP53. The TP53 gene helps stop the growth of cells with damaged DNA. Inherited mutations of this gene cause Li-Fraumeni syndrome. People with this syndrome have an increased risk of breast cancer, as well as some other cancers such as leukemia, brain tumors, and sarcomas, cancers of bones or connective tissues. This mutation is a rare cause of breast cancer. Gene number, just another gene. The CHEK2. Yes, the CHEK2 gene is another gene that normally helps with DNA repair. A CHEK2 mutation increases breast cancer risk. Wow, okay. P10. The P10 gene normally helps regulate cell growth. Inherited mutations in this gene can cause Cowden syndrome, a rare disorder that puts people at higher risk for both cancer and benign, non-cancer, tumors in the breasts, as well as growths in the digestive tract, thyroid, uterus, and ovaries. The CDH1 gene. Inherited mutations in this gene cause hereditary diffuse gastric cancer, a syndrome in which people develop a rare type of stomach cancer. Women with mutations in this gene also have an increased risk of invasive lobular breast cancer. The STK11. Defects in this gene can lead to Peutz-Jeghers syndrome. People affected with this disorder have pigmented spots on their lips and in their mouths, polyps or abnormal growths in the urinary and digestive tracts, and a higher risk of many types of cancer, including breast cancer. The PALB2. The PALB2 gene makes a protein that interacts with the protein made by the BRCA2 gene. Mutations in this gene can lead to a higher risk of breast cancer. Mutations in several other genes have also been linked to breast cancer, but these account for only a small number of cases. Then we go into genetic counseling and testing. Genetic testing can be done to look for inherited mutations in the BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes, or less commonly in genes such as the P10, TP53, or others that I have just mentioned. This might be an option for some women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer, as well as for certain women with factors that put them at higher risk for breast cancer, such as a strong family history. While testing can be helpful in some cases, not every woman needs to be tested, and the pros and cons need to be considered carefully. And then there is a link to learn more about testing, the genetic counseling and testing. Alright, we're going to go into another risk factor that you cannot change, and that is having a family history of breast cancer. It's important to note that most women who get breast cancer do not have a family history of the disease, but women who have close blood relatives with breast cancer have a higher risk. Having a first-degree relative, mother, sister, or daughter, with breast cancer almost doubles a woman's risk. Having two first-degree relatives can increase your risk threefold. Women with a father or brother who has had breast cancer also have a higher risk of breast cancer. Overall, about 15% of women with breast cancer have a family member with the disease. Alright, another risk factor that you cannot control. Having a personal history of breast cancer. A woman with cancer in one breast has a higher risk of developing a new cancer in the other breast or in another part of the same breast. This is different from a recurrence or return of the first cancer. Although this risk is low overall, it's even higher for younger women with breast cancer. Alright, so those are some of the risk factors that you have no control over. Okay, I mean, if you're a woman, you're at a higher risk. Like I said, that is not to say that women, excuse me, not to say that men don't get breast cancer, because we all know, yes, men can also get breast cancer, but they're at a lower risk than women are. Now, I did talk about this a little bit last week. I have not gotten to the point where I need to be genetically tested yet. I am only 44. As a matter of fact, when I go to get my mammograms, they're always asking me, why are you here? You're not 50 yet, blah, blah, blah. And I have to remind them each and every year that the reason why I am coming and getting tested is because I do not know my history. Okay? I have no clue. I don't know, well, my biological mother doesn't even know who my father is, so I have absolutely no clue what's on my father's side. And then as far as my mother's side, my biological mother's side, like I said, it was a closed adoption back in the 80s. So all of my records were sealed. All of my family medical records were sealed. So I have no clue. So instead of just sitting and going, well, I don't know, I'm taking preventative steps. Okay, so I'm going and I'm getting my blood works done every year. I'm going and getting my mammogram done every year. Once I tell the tech that, well, look, here's the situation. Yes, I know I'm only 40-something years old, but I don't know my family history. And I would rather be proactive than to sit on it and, yeah, I don't want to sit on it. Okay, guys, I know what it did to my mother. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. Did not mean to bump you. I know what I've seen it firsthand, what it did to my adoptive mother. That, when I say my mother, it's the one that raised me, the one that adopted me. I saw what it did to her, and if I can nip it in the butt as soon as possible, well, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Plus, I also have 2 children that I have to look out for as well. So the sooner I can get my testing and results in, the better it is for not only, me, but also my children. That way they know. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I qualify for genetic testing. I'm not sure. Maybe that's something that I will talk to the health department about when I go and get my mammogram this year. See what they have to say about that. Being that I'm young, they may not, or younger, of a younger age, they may not do it. But I don't know. I've been fortunate enough that they have accepted for me to get a mammogram in the first place, being that I am under the age of 50. We got 2 of them stuck together. There we go. But yeah, once I tell them, look, I don't know my medical history and I would rather be safer than sorry, they usually have no problem doing the mammogram for me. Now, I do get blood testing done, and nothing has come up abnormal with my regular, regular yearly checkup testing. Nothing has come up abnormal, so that's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. But I'm being proactive about it, guys. I'm not sitting on it. I know what cancer has done to my adoptive family. Well, my family, okay? I've seen what it has done to them. Excuse me. Um, my mother, my aunt, one of my uncles, they all died from one form of cancer, you know. The first one we lost was my uncle. He died of cancer of the blood. Yeah, that was not pretty. I was very young at that when that happened. I think I want to say I was probably about 10. I'm going to say it was about 10. Please don't quote me, but it was around that age. And then about at the age of 12, my mother was diagnosed with colon cancer. She had to go and get part of her colon removed because it was very bad. And that same year that my mother had the surgery for her colon cancer, we lost my very beloved grandfather. I loved him to death. And because my mother had just come out of surgery for her colon cancer, we were not able to attend his funeral. I was quite upset about that. I remember that. My mother was recuperating in her bedroom, and I was called into the bedroom first thing in the morning, and evidently sometime in the middle of the night my grandfather had passed away. He had passed away from pneumonia. So there's that. But yeah, I'm not one to sit on it. Other things, yeah, I'll sit on other things. Is it a good thing? No. But when it comes to, physicals and getting my cancer testing, my mammogram, I don't sit on that stuff, guys, because I don't know. I don't know my medical history from my biological mother at all. It is not. I do not have the desire to contact in any way, shape, or form my biological mother. There's too much pain there, and I just don't want to go there, so it's better for me to just take precaution, do what I know I need to do, and just take it one step at a time. Now, I do have a biological sister. She is 1 year younger than me. I don't know if she's doing her testing or not. Maybe I should ask her that the next time she calls me, which will probably be tomorrow morning. But, yeah. So, I have been put into the midst, or the throes of cancer and what it does to a family. Not only the family member, but also the family in general. I mean, it's not easy, guys, okay? It's not easy. It's not easy to watch somebody that you care about so deeply go through all of that pain. And it is one thing that I am not willing to have my children watch, because I decided that I wasn't going to get tested or I wasn't going to get checked. I'm not going to put my children through that. I'm going to be proactive, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that they don't go through the trauma of their mother having cancer. Okay? Now, with that being said, I am not very good to myself. I will admit that right now. I am a very heavy smoker. I could go through a pack of cigarettes in a day. I have quit before. I have quit. So I know I can do it. Excuse me. I know I can do it. I know I can quit. I've done it before. But quitting smoking is one of those you have to really, really, really want it. You have to want to. And right now, with my stress level being the way that it is lately, quitting smoking is not at the top of my list, unfortunately. I was going to try to quit smoking this month, and that didn't work out too well for me. Stress factors just won't allow it. It just won't allow it right now. Will I quit smoking? Yes. Yes, I know I will. Okay? It's there. It's in the back of my brain. I know I will quit smoking at some point. I do know that smoking increases my risks for not just lung cancer, but cancer in general. There's a whole bunch of cancers linked with smoking. We all know this. But like I said, until I can get my stress levels down, it's just not in the cards right now. And both of my children also smoke. So that's one thing I would like to be, you know, I would like to go to them and say, look, you know, I've been smoking for ages, okay? And I mean ages, okay? I have been smoking for over 30 years. If I can quit smoking, they definitely can. Will I push it? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Because I know it's not an easy thing to do. I know it's not. I have tried multiple times. The longest I have gone without smoking was 8 months. And that's nothing. No vape. No cigarettes. I went 8 months. Okay. So I know I can do it, guys. I know I can do it. It's just a matter of getting my stress level down to a point where I can be like, okay, now's the time. Now I can do it. But yeah. So, of course, that's a risk factor that you can change. That's one of those things that you can change. If you smoke, stop smoking. Excuse me, I need a sip of my coffee. But sometimes there are factors that you're just born with, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. If you would like to know more about, because I can't give you guys a personal experience as far as risk factors that cannot be changed. Okay, I'm going to leave the link to Mindy's first WIP and chat. I believe it was last Wednesday, not this past Wednesday, but the very first week 1, where she did the, she announced the giveaway. I'm going to leave the link to that video in the description box for you guys. Her family has been unfortunate to have the BRCA, I think it's positive gene, if I remember correctly. She has the BRCA positive gene, which gives her, which it basically makes her more susceptible to breast cancer. So, I'm going to leave that link in the description box for you guys to go check that out. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't know much about inherited genes, because I don't know anything about, you know, my personal medical history. So there's that. But I found Mindy's WIP and chat last week very, very informative. My prayers and all my love go out to her and her family, and everybody who has been touched some way with some form of cancer. My heart and my prayers go out to you guys, okay? And it's, I can almost guarantee you, it's pretty much every single subscriber that I have. Somebody knows somebody. Whether it's a family friend, a family member, a close friend. Somebody knows somebody, okay? And I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say it. I say it a lot. I say it a lot to my friends, my family, and I'm going to say it today, and I'm going to end the video with this. Cancer sucks. Plain and simple. Cancer sucks. And unfortunately, there is no cure. There's no cure. But are there things that we can do to diminish our risk of cancer? And so next week, that is what we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about risk and prevention for breast cancer. Now, yes, these articles are about breast cancer, because this is DP Pink for breast cancer awareness, DP Pink for BCA. But I'm pretty sure the preventative steps that you could take for breast cancer, you can roll that into any kind of cancer, okay? So next week we're going to talk about risk and prevention for breast cancer. But like I said, I'm pretty sure you can take it into consideration for all cancers. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for coming by today and spending a little bit of time and talking or listening to me chat about breast cancer risks and factors that you cannot change. Like I said, next week we will talk about risk and prevention for breast cancer. I hope you guys are finding these videos very informative. Once again, I will leave all the links in the description box down below. If there are any questions or concerns or ideas or anything that you would like to share, please do leave it in the comment section down below. And hey, if you like this video and you want some more of these videos, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I would truly appreciate it. On that note, guys, it is time for Miss Angie to bid you all adieu, but not before I remind you to always do what you love what you do, and always stay adventurous. I love you guys. I will see you all real soon. Bye.